All right, folks, good evening. Now, here's a video I didn't think I was going to make. But, if you look at my last couple of videos, I had an issue with this home that I lived at where we were told we had to move out within 30 days. We were there for like a year and a half. We weren't told why we had to move, nothing. Well, I found out why we had to move. Well, I think it's because of they felt we put in too many maintenance requests. And on top of that, I think it was too overwhelming for the homeowner, so he decided to put the house up for sale. So, I shall leave the name of the homeowner and the company that was managing the property for him. Or we're going to keep it out of this video. But, a couple weeks ago, I went up to the website and I logged into my account to see if there's anything that I was being charged for. And to my surprise, they had me a bill of $1,505. No explanation, no breakdown of charges, nothing. So I called the property manager the next day, left a voicemail message. I let that person know I was a bit put off by the $1,505 charge, but yet there was no explanation or no breakdown of charges of nothing. So just yesterday, I get this little email, and funny, here's all the things that they claim that they charged me for, and we're going to go over some of these because they're pretty horrendous. This first one over here, they put down that they performed 2 overnight ozone treatments to eliminate cigarette odor. There was no smoking in the house, so I don't know what that's all about. Okay, replace door in first bedroom and paint. No, actually your doors, we'll get in to that later, but those doors already looked like crap when we first moved in, and all they did to the doors were paint over it to hide the damage that was still pretty visible. Okay. This one is really laughable. Okay, if you're an old folk like me, you might remember growing up and your parents, whether it was a house, an apartment, they had that old vinyl flooring, the stuff that you just unroll and you stick it to your existing floor and it looks nice. Yeah, well, the garage, that's the type of flooring that originally was put in there. Sometime, who knows how long ago. It's a garage. That flooring that they had in there was all chewed up, ripped apart, and already falling apart. It's a garage. Well, they're charging me for that too. Okay, now the so-called damage to the baseboards. Yeah, there was one small section right here by the AC vent that had a little chip in it. I hit it when we were moving some stuff. Okay, I can see that. But these other ones over here, replacing damaged baseboards in the hallway and master bedroom. No, there was no damage in any of those baseboards. As a matter of fact, the only thing on any of those baseboards might have been a little chip paint here or there. Those things were flawless when we left. Okay, this one I thought was pretty funny too. Replaced 3 missing light bulbs in the hallway bathroom. There were no missing light bulbs in the bathroom. Matter of fact, when we left, all the lights were working because we turned on every single one of them. Well, when we moved out, we went back there later on. We spent a couple of hours cleaning the whole house, top to bottom. Okay, and here's another thing. This is something that really irritated me. Now, in a couple of places here, they talk about broken blinds, like 2 in 1 bedroom, and they're talking about another one in another bedroom. Well, here's the problem that I have with that. When we moved in, there were no mini blinds installed in the house. There's 6 windows throughout that whole house that you could put mini blinds on. I put the mini blinds on. I paid for the mini blinds. I installed them on my own. So they're basically they basically collected money for mini blinds that they never even installed. I thought that was pretty laughable. And then they come down here about a smoke alarm. Yeah, there was a missing smoke alarm in the master bedroom. But here's another problem. That missing smoke alarm, which I currently have, that thing was broken. But on top of that, that smoke alarm and these other ones where they said they put 4 9-volt batteries in, all these smoke detectors, I believe there was 5 in total. I paid for all those smoking alarms out of my own pocket and installed them. When we moved in there, again, there were no smoke alarms in any of the rooms, and there was none even on site to hang up in any of the rooms. I went and purchased those with my own money. I picked out the ones that I wanted. And again, down here, 3 missing light bulbs in the hallway bathroom of the vanity. Well, that was a lie too, just like the one up here. So it's like it seems like they charged twice for the same thing. No, there were no missing light bulbs. As a matter of fact, every single light in the house worked when we left. And then this one over here, where you talk about multiple pieces of flooring being damaged or broken, replace broken pieces with closest matching flooring available. We had issues with that floor throughout the year and a half we lived there, where little strips here and there just started popping up and falling apart. I've sent them pictures of that. I've even put up work requests for that. They just totally ignored all that. So what I'm seeing here is they're charging me for a lot of things that they had no right to charge me for. There's only a couple things in here. There's only 2 things in here I would agree with that they can charge me for. Everything else is bogus. Okay? Most of it's stuff that I actually supplied the funding for, that I paid for out of my own pocket. I mean, down here, if you take a look at this house, this is the house that I lived at for about a year and a half. It's actually not a bad looking house. It's kind of small. No big deal, but check this out. Okay? Look at the interior. Now this is the master shower in my, in the master bedroom. On one of the charges, you're talking about a little seal on the bottom. That's on the bottom. It was on the bottom of this door. That thing was already falling off. Okay, that was falling off, and I think I put in a work request for that, and that was totally ignored. Okay, again, it was the little strip that went right down the bottom of this door that they're talking about, right here. Okay. I mean, this is the master bathroom. Okay, look at here. Here's the kitchen. There's a blind over here. I installed that blind. Okay, this really wasn't a bad looking house, and I can tell you right now, they didn't just replace a few pieces of flooring. They replaced the entire floor. This is not the same floor that was in that house when we lived there. If you look over here, I'm surprised they didn't go after me for this. That dent, he bought this as a scratch and dent. Because as a matter of fact, this same dent on this stove over here, it was in the original photos when we first looked at the house, now going on about almost 2 years ago. I mean, it was a nice house. I mean, it was all updated, remodeled. I hate to say it, some of it was half-ass. Okay, here's the kitchen. We had issues with the floors over here. See these little lights under these little under-counter lights? Those are something that we put under, that me and my wife installed as well. You got stuff on your counter. You can come over here. You can pop in these little lights over here, turn them on. I paid for all that. And here's the other bathroom. They're talking about light bulbs up here that were missing. None of these light bulbs that was in this bathroom. There's 2 over here, and there's 2 above this mirror over here. There were no missing light bulbs. There wasn't even a missing light bulb inside the in this little room. Just beyond that door over here on the left would be the bathtub. Oh, another blind. Oh yeah, that's another blind that I paid for, that they're pretty much claiming that they paid for. No, you didn't. I did. Okay, and one of the issues we had with this place is when you turn this shower on and you pull up this little button over here that actually engages the shower. Well, when you do that, the shower and the tub run at the same time. They had people out here to look at it, and what was I told? There was nothing they can do about it. They tried replacing this over here. It didn't work. Okay, they did nothing about this here. They said they'd have to come in here and open up this wall because it seems to be a lot of pressure building up in there. Personally, I don't think they knew what they were talking about because they weren't plumbers. This is the master bedroom. There was no damage to any of these baseboards that they're talking about. There was no damage whatsoever. See this door over here? About the last 18 inches on each door in this house, it kind of looks like a graph that goes up and down like this. It was all torn up like this. All they did was paint over these doors even before we moved in. But the doors, to me, that was minimal. Okay? Again, these two light bulbs, they weren't missing. This room over here, there's a blind there. That's a blind that I paid for, that I installed. One here, there's a blind here. This blind, I paid for this blind. Over here, it looks like this one's missing because we had it up here. We had the blind over here. It covered this entire window perfectly. Again, a blind I paid for. This is part of the master bedroom over here, which, by the way, was pretty small. And this here was my daughter's bedroom. This is the door that they're talking about. That they had to replace. There was nothing wrong with this door. Again, all these doors look like graphs going up like this, like around the last 18 inches. And all they did was paint over it. Again, a blind. I installed the blinds. They didn't install none of these blinds. Oh, fire alarm. Looky here. Smoke detector. I installed that smoke detector. They didn't install it. Again, what I'm seeing here. Oh, another blind over here. Again, I installed the blinds. And when they're talking about the damaged floor, the biggest damage to the floor was in this bedroom. My grandson had his desk over here. And he had a nice gaming chair just like I have. And they were on wheels. But this whole area over here was just falling apart left and right. The flooring was just peeling up. I took pictures, put in a work order for it. They didn't do anything about it. Again, a blind I paid for. Thermostat. Yeah, I put the thermostat in too. And outside here, there's a light right over here. It didn't come with those little globes to cover up the light. Gee, I installed that. As a matter of fact, I did that on the front of the house and on the back of the house. Oh, yeah, right here. There's that little bulb, that little globe that I put on. A little bulb, whatever you want to call it. Oh, storm door right here. Their storm door was completely trashed. It was a health hazard. I asked them to replace it. They said no, the most they would do is take it off. Well, guess what? I thought that was ghetto. I put the storm door in. I actually also had to replace this pretty beat up, worn out brick molding where this door. Yeah, so that's my storm door. Again, I paid for that. Over here, you can't see it. Right there, there's a security light. Again, I installed the security light. But what they don't want to do is they don't want to open up these garage doors. I'm almost willing to bet they did nothing to these floors that they claiming that we damaged when in fact those floors were trashed when we moved in. After all, it's just a garage. The only thing I used this garage for, because they were actually real small, this side over here was all storage. Over here, the only time I put a car in this garage here, and it was always the wife's, is during bad weather, heavy rainstorms, thunder, lightning, heavy winds, things of that nature. That's the only time that a car went into the garage here. I think it's pretty... I'm sorry, but it's a joke. I really think it's, to me, it's just pretty bad, that they stoop to this level. that they're going to sit there and they're going to charge me for damages that I didn't even cause. I think it's sad. I really, really do. But you know what? I mean, that's part of life. But here's what I want to share with y'all. Look it. The next time in the future or whenever, if you planning on moving into a home or even an apartment, my suggestion to you, before you move your personal property in there, you go in there with a notepad, you go in there with your camera on your cell phone. Okay? You go into each and every room of the place you're going to rent, home or apartment. You take a picture of all four walls, the floor, the ceiling, the front and the backing of the entry door, the front and back of the closet door. Take a picture of inside the closet. Okay? Mark down any defects. Go to your bathroom, whether you got one bathroom, two bathrooms, three bathrooms, it don't matter. Take a picture of all the walls, the floor, the ceiling, in your bathrooms. You obviously got some kind of a vanity. You know, you got a sink and you got some nice cupboards underneath it or above it, whatever. Take a picture. Open it up. Again, take a picture. Notice any type of defects. Again, take a picture and write it down on paper. Okay? Or that inspection sheet that they generally give you when you first move in, and they give you so many days to fill it out. Okay? You got any closets in your hallway, linen closets or a coat closet or even a storage closet? Again, take a picture of the doors front to back. Take a picture inside the closet. Now, whether, like I said, whether it's a linen closet, a coat closet, a storage closet, take a picture of everything. Any defects, mark it down. Same thing with your living room, okay? Especially your kitchen. If you happen to move in a place that's got full appliances, you take pictures of all the appliances. Open up the doors. Take a picture of, like, say, your oven. Open up your oven. Take a picture in there. Note down anything that's wrong. Take a picture of the outside. Take a picture of the stovetop. Take a picture of your microwave. Take a picture of your refrigerator, inside and outside. Same thing with your dishwasher if you have one. Take a picture. Take a picture of your actual sink. Take a picture of the countertops. Okay? Jot any defects down. Open up all your cupboard doors. Take a picture. Keep them closed first. Take a picture of all your cupboards. Then open them up. Take a picture of the inside of each and every one of those cupboards. If you got a pantry, same thing. Open up the pantry. Take a picture of the pantry, inside, outside, the doors, front, back. Okay? If you got a garage, especially a garage, take a picture of the floors, the wall, the ceiling. Mark down any defects. Take a picture of the, like on this house here, we had a door that went from the garage to inside the home. Take a picture of that. Take a picture of your single garage door, your double garage door, whatever you got. You got to take all these pictures. You have to be able to cover your ass. Take a picture of the property itself, what the driveway looks like, what the yard looks like, front yard, backyard, any lighting fixtures outside. Take a picture of the condition of those. Definitely pay close attention to all your windows and your screens inside the house and outside of the house. Notate everything. And when you're all done with that, I don't give a damn if you took 300 pictures total. You put those pictures on 2 thumb drives or USB sticks. One for you, one for your landlord. And when you turn in your inspection sheet to your landlord, you also give them a USB stick with all those photos on there. And you tell them all these photos are of the entire property inside and out. And anything that's damaged has been noted in each picture, and it's also noted on that inspection sheet. So in the end, when you go to move out, whether it's a year, 2, 3, 4, even 5 years later, okay? And then they do the final walkthrough, okay? you got a better chance of them not trying to charge you for anything because you've already showed them all the damages. And when you move out, okay, walk the entire area again. Maybe take a few pictures here and there, or even do a video. Do a video of your walk. Okay? If you've got any pictures or anything that you hung up on the wall, I strongly suggest when you take it all down, any holes that you left in the wall, just get a small can of spackling. Doesn't cost much, and just fill them in. That's all you got to do. Okay? Make sure your stove is clean, your refrigerator's clean. Like in this house over here, that stove. Here, let me show you. That stove right there, that thing was flawless when I moved out. I spent about 2 hours making sure that this thing was flawless when I moved out. Same thing with the microwave. It was flawless. But again, basically this video is basically about what I feel are the fraudulent charges that they had charged the insurance company. Because when I got into this home over here, we went through this program called renter deposit insurance, where you didn't have to physically put down a deposit to get in, for me to get into this home. Okay? We went through a company called Rhino, and it only cost me $30 a month. That's all it cost me. So when I moved out, if there's any damages or anything like that, they would cover it all. Should I care about it? Some people will probably say, well, why are you even worried about it? Because you didn't come out of your pocket. Well, it's the principle of the matter that they turned around and they charged this company for all these bogus items on here. Okay? So if I ever have to use them again in the future, they would turn around and look that I had a policy with them in the past, and they would deny me the policy. And all this here is because this homeowner obviously might have been his first home that he ever put up to rent. I guess the maintenance cost got a bit too high for him, and he decided he wanted out of it, and he turned around and he's got it up for sale for laughable amount, $289,000. It's a shame because this house that I'm living in right now is 3 times the size of this house. I pay $75 more a month for rent, and it's a 1,000% better considering I got a very, very large 2-car garage attached to the house, and I got an additional 3-car garage in the back. You can't beat that with a fireplace, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. But I just thought I'd share that with you because, this whole sheet that they had over here for me, I just thought it was this here. This is just one big joke. Just really, really pissed me off when I opened it up yesterday and happened to take a look at it. And like I said, I'm contemplating on just maybe calling the insurance company and saying, you know what, they filed some fraudulent charges against the policy that had, and maybe you ought to look deeper into it. But then again, I may not. So, hey, I appreciate it. If you like the video, thumbs up, leave a comment. Whatever. Y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.